How's it going, guys? Welcome to STACT Event Manager. This is lesson 3.3, part B, managing participants. Let's jump into it. So the first thing you want to do is find the event that you want to add participants to. So go to the events and tours section, click on my events, and then choose your event from the list. And then you choose a division that you want to start adding participants to. So I'm going to choose men's surf. Next thing you do is click on Manage Participants. So here's where all of your participants will be populated. Just so you know, if you use the registration system, when people pay and they register, they'll automatically be added to this list. If you choose not to use the registration platform, then you'll have to add the participants manually. To add participants manually, all you do is click the plus button in the top left corner right here. When you arrive on the search page, you'll be given a list of suggested athletes. This list is built by athletes that you've already run events with. So if you've already run an event in the STACT Event Manager, for this particular division, we'll give you a list of suggested athletes. If you don't see the athlete in the list, you can click on the search tab and you can begin to search for them there. In order to create a new user, because you couldn't find them in the database, simply click on the plus button in the top right corner, enter the name of the athlete, select their gender. If you know the athlete's birthday, you can enter it here by changing the year with the top arrow and changing the month with the bottom arrow, and then selecting the specific date. If you don't know the athlete's birthday, it's okay, just click next, and they can enter it manually in the STACT Fan app. And then choose the country that the athlete is from. And then click next. And it's simple as that. That's all you have to do to add a new athlete. Just repeat that process as many times as you need to for a brand new participant. To add an athlete from the suggested list into your draw, all you need to do is simply choose on who you want to enter. You click on them. We ask if you want to add this rider in the list. We click yes. And then when you go back, you'll find that they are in the list. If you want to add an athlete that isn't in the suggested tab, and from the search tab, just do the same thing. Search their name, click on them, click yes, and then go back to your list and you'll find that they are now in the list. The next thing you should know about the participants list is that you can reorder the athletes. As you can see here, we have this 1, 2, and 3. These are representing the seed that they're currently in. So this is seed 1, seed 2, and seed 3. If this isn't correct, all you need to do is click on the athlete and you'll see that on the bottom bar, a list of tools has appeared. To move the athlete up, click the plus button. To move the athlete down, click the bottom. If you want to move them to the very top of the list, click top. Same thing for bottom. And then to swap, just choose who you want to swap the current athlete with. From this menu, you can actually also edit the athlete's information. To do that, just make sure that they're selected and then click Manage at the bottom of the screen. To here, if it's a race, you can edit their race number, you can edit their transponder number, you can put them on a team if it's a team event, you can edit information such as changing their name, their gender, and if you have their date of birth, you can change that as well as their country. You can also move them to another division if they were added incorrectly, or just remove them from the draw. And the last thing to know about the participants list is that there's a settings wheel up in the top right corner. In here, you can choose to export the list into a few different formats. And what that will do is the standard will export this into a CSV with just their name and their country that you can put into a spreadsheet. If you're in a race and you use the trackside MyLaps V12 system, this will export them into trackside MyLaps. And then you can also do the same for an Excel spreadsheet. Simply click OK. Choose the destination that you want to save it to, and then click Save. Another thing that you'll notice in the participants screen is that some of the participants will have this red text right here, participant not claimed. What that means is that a profile has been created in the STACT fan app for this athlete, and each athlete has the opportunity to claim that profile as their own. So if that athlete has not been claimed by somebody, then that's why you'll see this text here. If it has been claimed, then it will say that they are claimed. One more thing to add is that on the left side of each athlete, it'll tell you how they were added to the participants list. So these three, Jim, Bob, Mitch, and John, were all added manually. And if there's no text, that means they were added by the registration. So Tommy Jones registered to the event through the STACT registration system. And the last thing you should know about the participations management is how to refund an athlete that is registered through the STACT registration system. So Tommy is the only guy in this list that has done that. So we'll click on Tommy and we'll click Manage, scroll down to Remove and click OK. And then we ask, do you want to refund this athlete? You can say yes, or you can say no. In this case, we want to give Tommy his money back, so we're going to say yes. And then we ask you again, just for safety, do you really want to remove this athlete from the list? And we're going to say yes again. We're going to process, and just like that, Tommy is out of the participation list. So that's everything you need to know about the Manage Participants page. Tune in to our next episode, lesson 3.4, Event Schedule. We'll see you there.